So I'm going to be doing a demonstration on straight back braids, and you will see this demonstrated shortly. So just keep watching and watch me work. So first thing you want to do, you want to have all the tools necessary to complete this particular style. She just wants straight back braids, so all you need is a couple clips. And what I do is I part from the middle, and I work my way from right to left, or whichever way you feel comfortable doing that. But you just want to get your tools to part, and a comb in order to get your braids in the direction that you want them to go. Don't mind my comb. I like to break off all the teeth in my comb so I have a better grip whenever I'm parting for my braids. So yeah, for the tools, you'll just need your clips, your comb. If you like a moisturizer, use your moisturizer or a jam. I like to use Shine and Jam. It helps with my parting, makes it perfect for me. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just parting for my first braid. And just take your time with your client's hair. And what you typically want is your client to come, well, if you're not in the salon, if you're in a home setting, you want them to come wash, condition, and blow dry it out. You don't necessarily need to flat iron your hair. It's a protected style, especially if your clients are natural. There's no need to actually flat iron their hair. So you just want to make your part in order to get your straight back braid. And that first cornrow is essential. I mean, you have to make sure that it's parted properly in order for the perfect braid flow, pretty much. But like I said, to each braider, it's own. You do what you do, but this is the way I like to do it. I work from outside and I come in, but I make sure I make my part in the middle first. So right now I'm using my Shine and Jam, and as you see, I go over it with my comb in order to get that perfect part. It makes it so much easier for me. So I just use the Shine and Jam. I go from the front of the head to the back, and yeah, you'll see that part crispy. And I'm a parter, like I'll sit there until my part is perfect, so don't mind me when you see me doing this. It's always been in me. And so you use your clip, and I like to use expressions because of the hair. It just makes it look more matted. It's more human-like hair rather than the synthetic. So yeah, I use expression, and I go ahead and I feather tip it myself. I don't like the hair that already comes feathered because it doesn't give it a natural look. It doesn't flow properly. So I just like to use expression. So I separate the hair and get it the way that I like it, and I'm parting off. And what I've noticed now when I'm doing feed-in braids, I like to separate the hair and I'll place it on my arm as such, and I'll separate it like this. It just makes it easier than going back and forth with the tool that some people use. I know they separate all the hair, but I just find it easier for myself to just throw it here on my arm, and as I'm braiding, I just grab it from one arm and I keep moving. So if you watch me closely, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So right now, I start off my braid. I put a little jam at the beginning of it just to make everything smooth. So make sure everything flows in the proper direction. And I like to start my braids off with just the hair. I don't have extensions at the beginning of the braid in order to get that feed-in look. So I start off braiding the client's hair first. So you want to do this about 2 to 3 times just to get that look, or as much as you need. But for me, I do it 2 to 3 times, and then you'll see me grab my hair from my arm and I hook it around. I know some people go from the bottom, but for me, it's easier for me to hook it around. You have to do what works best for you. So I hook mine around, and after each braid, I'll grab a piece of hair, like now, and I'll add it in. Braid a little, but when I come back to my right hand, like right now, I'm gonna add hair. So you add hair, braid. When you get back to that right hand, if that's your hand that you like to use, you just go ahead and add hair. So you'll continuously do this until you get to the bottom of your braid, or until you feel like it's thick enough. Because sometimes, like I'll do it just now, I'll think my braid is thick enough and I won't add hair until it's needed. So I'll continue to braid down without adding any extensions until I actually need more in order to make the braid look full. But once you get to a point where you don't have to add hair, stop adding, because you don't want the bulk. So now that I'm getting towards the bottom of the braid, I'm just gonna go in and add more hair to the braid in order to get the fullness, the thickness that I need. So that's essentially what I'm doing right now. And once you run out of hair, if you need more hair, you can go in and add. And if you need it smoother like I just did, don't stop yourself from making your braid perfect. If you need your comb to go ahead and comb your hair out, if it's too bulky, if you can't grip the hair the way that you need to, you stop what you're doing, you comb your hair out, and you make your braid perfect. So once I'm done adding hair, I'm finished with the pieces that are on my arm. I'm gonna just continuously plait the hair till it's down at the bottom of the braid. And that's pretty much it whenever you're doing a feed-in braid. And as you can tell, her braid isn't too thick. It's just the right size for her parting. So whenever you're dealing with the